Hello everyone. India's GDP grew at 7.8%, but where is the growth in companies? Let's talk. India's GDP numbers just flashed in at a solid 7.8% growth for quarter one. Sounds exciting, right? But here's the big question. If our economy is really growing that fast, then why do companies look so lackluster in their earnings? Look at IT sector. They are merely growing at 2 to 3%. Now a lot of people will say, what's the IT sector related to domestic economy? I understand it's not kind of related to domestic because it exports its services mostly to US. So whatever happens in the US, the demand in the US will reflect the IT sector. But the second sector that we can talk about is FMCG. Consumers are squeezed, even discretionary demand is quite weak there as well. Even if you talk about sectors MSME and SME, the backbone as we call of our economy, even that sector is not growing since past two and a half 3 years. So where exactly is this 7.8% growth happening? On paper, it looks absolutely stunning. It's firing on all cylinders, but the ground reality tells you a different story. Many experts point that this is towards the GDP deflator, basically the difference between nominal and real GDP having influenced by inflation. Now here's the irony. India as a developing country cannot look forward or cannot sit and be happy about inflation of just 2 to 3%. India as a developing economy needs at least 4.5, 5% inflation. That's where the real demand will come in, because if higher inflation is there, which means demand is growing, which means consumers are able to raise the prices, hence the demand is there, hence the inflation is higher. If India as a country is just having an inflation of 2.5, 3%, I personally feel I'll be quite worried because the demand is weak. Stronger demand often shows up, slightly higher inflation, as said, 5 to 6%. So yes, while GDP growth at 7.8% sounds like a dream headline, when you look at companies and consumers, the story tells you a different story. Until demand picks up meaningfully, this headline growth may not translate into corporate earnings. For that, the earnings has to catch up. Thank you.